vets end up in shelters for a range of reasons. At the top of the list are factors like financial hardship or behavioural issues. Illness in the family or an unforeseen change in living arrangements can also lead to owners having to give up their pets. But today, Gemma is faced with a more unusual case involving 2-year-old Bruno.
Bruno's owner, Avani, has got a 4-week-old daughter that has had severe allergic reactions to his fur.
Her baby's reaction to the Border Collie's fur was so severe, she was rushed to hospital, struggling to breathe, and ended up in intensive care.
This is just the surrender form.
So she's here today for a surrender meet and greet to see if we can potentially rehome him.
Yeah, and then your name and signature on there. That's just giving...
I really feel for Avani.
Good boy, Bruno, come talk to me.
It's a situation that she has no control over.
He's very clever. It's tough though, isn't it? Yeah.
Having had Bruno since he was a puppy, he's a huge part of Avani's daily life.
Every time I come home from my work, there's that wiggly tail and a big smile, and yeah, I just feel very welcome. He's the best.
And she hasn't yet come to terms with giving him up.
Devastated. He's our family. He's my son.
Heartbreaking as it is for Avani and Sunny Yarn to part with Bruno, they want to do the best for him.
He's been outside for a couple of weeks after rushing my baby to hospital, and it was not fair.
And she knows that surrendering him to Scar will offer him a better future.
I'm sure that they'll find him a very good home. He'll be looked after and he'll have a good family and good life, hopefully. And if they wish, they can send us the photos. And wherever he'll go, I'm sure that he will make everyone very happy. He made us happy. We had decided not to cry today.
Obviously, nobody wants to be put in the position where they have to surrender their dog that they clearly love and care for so much.
Give us a call anytime.
Yes,
if
and if you
tomorrow.
could share my number as well, and we would love to go and visit him.
And the time has come to say goodbye.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, yeah.
Are we okay, Bruno? We'll keep him safe.
We love it. Sam. Love it.
See you guys.
See ya.
You want to come out so we can clean you up? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This ragdoll cat was brought into Scar yesterday after being handed in to the Lost Dogs home.
Hello. Hi, pretty girl.
Watch your leggies, slowly. Okay. Hi. Somebody found her at a local train station. She would have been starving. She's all skin and bones. Can you feel that? There's a big chunk of a mat. Underneath, it is terrible. Her body is at least 80% covered in really chunky, thick mats that I'm not going to be able to brush out. So, unfortunately for her, we're going to have to shave her down. All right, Possum.
Oh, so great.
It's all the way down to the skin. I have no choice but to shave that off, unfortunately.
But having a haircut is just another adventure in the eventful life of Bella the Ragdoll, who first arrived at Scar 2 months ago, along with her brother Beau.
Bella and her brother Beau went into foster care and all was going well until they decided to go on an adventure. They chewed through the fly screen in a slightly open window on the 3rd story and jumped out. 3 stories.
The pair had not been seen since, until Marissa received a phone call telling her that Bella had been found alive.
It's an absolute miracle that Bella survived and that she was able to fend for herself for those 6 weeks.
Since arriving at Scar yesterday, the vets have been monitoring her closely.
There was a bit of a lump in the tummy that Natasha was worried about. We'll reassess that today and make sure that there's no other injuries that we couldn't see before.
But in the meantime, it's back to those knots.
All right, Possum, ready to go?
And luckily, Marissa is no newcomer to cat clipping.
I used to have to shave my cat down, long-haired kitty that would always get terribly matted, especially as she got older. She used to try and kill me every single time. My first cat, Annabelle, she was a doozy, that one. Definitely not as well behaved as Bella. She wasn't the nicest of cats anyway, but I loved her. Annabelle was my first ever rescue, first ever, and she was really the reason that Scar came to be, rescuing one cat that turned into 8 cats, and it just snowballed into the organisation we have today. All right, so we can make another cat out of this. Look.
Oh, shake it off.
You're doing so well. Now we just have to wait for her brother to turn up, so fingers and paws crossed that he is back soon. All right, let's get on with this. You are covered in fur. Yep. It's going to get worse, sorry.
It's okay.
Coming up, Bella's ordeal isn't over yet.
Little skinny me.
And Homer's on his way.
Good boy.
For this little guy, the short trip from the car park to the vet clinic is a major production, with a few distractions along the way.
Hi, it's so good to see you. You've got a bit of a waist now. You look so much better. Did you see him when you first came in?
He was pretty chuffed, wasn't he?
He was a big sausage roll. So good to see you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
When Homer was first surrendered to Scar 4 months ago, helping him lose weight was a priority to try and take some pressure off his malformed front legs. While they don't seem to cause him too much discomfort, they do make for very slow progress. Although bribery helps.
Good boy.
It may be a while yet before he makes it to his appointment with Kylie in the consultation room.
Little skinny mini.
Bella the ragdoll's extreme haircut reveals just how much weight she's lost since going missing 6 weeks ago.
Is she lip licking or is she showing any signs of discomfort?
Not at all, no. Hi.
But it also gives Natasha better access to examine the lump she found yesterday.
It's going to be one of two things. We're not sure what this cat's been eating since it's been on the run.
Yeah.
So we could have some sort of foreign material that's slowly making its way through.
My assumption is that she's been living a little bit rough on the streets. There's a possibility she's eaten something that she shouldn't have. Any kind of wrappings, rotten meat as well, bones, the meat packets.
And the other thing could be that, you know, this cat hasn't had a consistent diet and finally it's had enough to eat that it's actually producing a poo.
Hopefully it's just poo, hey?
Hopefully she produces the goods, but she's not showing any overt signs of clinical disease or being in discomfort.
Except, of course, for the indignity of suddenly being bald.
I reckon we'll put a nice little woolen jumper on her after this.
I think she'll need it.
Homer has finally made it to the clinic. Aside from his wonky front legs, recent blood tests and an ultrasound have confirmed he's suffering from another serious condition.
We know he has a disease called Cushing's disease. There's a small growth in his pituitary gland in his brain that then stimulates the adrenal glands to produce too much cortisone.
Now, a few little things to check today, mate. Okay.
Symptoms of Cushing's include increased thirst and appetite, a distended stomach and hair loss.
His heart rate's good, nice and steady. Good boy.
Thankfully, however, it can be managed.
Homer's been started on some medication to control the excess cortisol production. It is a medication he will be on for the rest of his life. Just going to redo your blood pressure.
Another symptom of the disease can be high blood pressure.
It's something that we see occasionally with dogs with Cushing's disease, and that's certainly the case for Homer. When we first checked his blood pressure, it was very, very high.
That's very good, little guy. And today it's normal, so that's very exciting. Yay, well done, little guy.
Coming up, Homer's next step.
Can we have a little look?
And Bruno meets his foster mum.
Bruno, hello. I see you. I see you.
Newly surrendered Border Collie Bruno seems in a hurry to meet his new foster carer, Kristen,
Hello.
a treasured member of the Scar family.
Oh, you're adorable.
Kristen is a revolving door foster carer, so one in, one out for Kristen pretty much all the time.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Kristen's last foster dog was miniature poodle Daisy, who'd become completely shut down after years of terrible neglect.
There you go.
With the love and nurturing of Kristen's family and sheepdog Murphy, Daisy gradually came out of her shell. But the strong bond between her and Kristen left a big hole when she was adopted.
She was constantly with me, so she was a real companion. So I kind of really missed that extra heart in the house. Having an extra dog just adds another dynamic, and my husband knows I can't say no.
Her first impression of Bruno is that he'll make a great playmate for Murphy.
Murphy will love his energy, so they can bond and have fun. Can you sit?
But it will take a few weeks of living with him to properly assess his behaviour and temperament.
We like to give dogs ample amount of time to settle in and show their real personalities. Then once Kristen feels like he's ready to find a new home, she'll write a profile, send us photos, and we'll put him up for adoption.
I don't think we'll have him for long.
I imagine that he will have many, many applications because he's such a good-looking boy.
Should we get you in the car? I would say he'll make a fantastic pet for someone, and I think it'll have to be an energetic family that take him. But yeah, no, he seems lovely.
Bruno is an awesome dog. He's a little bit stressed given the situation that he's in. But Kristen will be fine. I have no worries about how she'll go with Bruno. She's an incredible carer and she is amazing with every dog we give her.
I see you. I know, I see you. This is why you don't wear makeup, you see, to the foster collect.
In the consultation room, Kylie's focus has shifted to Homer's problematic front legs.
The joints won't be gliding properly because they're not at a normal angle. He will get abnormal wear and tear on the cartilage within his joints, and he's probably got some arthritis in there because of that as well.
Up until now, he doesn't seem to have been suffering too much discomfort.
But today he just does seem a little bit sore with his elbows being extended. I'm worried he may be getting a little bit sore. We do have him on a joint support formula at the moment just to help with his cartilage and joint health.
The constant buckling of Homer's wrists exacerbates the problem.
And I'm just wondering whether we can add a little bit of extra support to his legs to stop that from happening.
To try and give him that support, she's had some soft braces made.
So they're just some Velcro and neoprene fabric. Give them a whirl and see how they go, little man. Let's just see how they fit for you. Sorry, it's a bit noisy, isn't it? All right. So we're going to pop it around here.
Oh, Homer, he is a champion of a little patient. He has been in here quite a number of times.
I feel a bit weird.
And he just takes it in his little wonky stride. He's the best little patient, and he looks at you with his cute little brown eyes, like he doesn't have a care in the world.
Just pop him down and see what he thinks about these. Right. Can we have a little look?
Understandably, he seems a little suspicious.
Hello, yes, you're so clever. Come here. It's a little bit better. It's a bit wonky.
It's not going to cure anything. It's just trying to ease the wear and tear on his poor little joints and keep those little legs ticking over for as long as we can.
That's one more positive step towards getting Homer properly on his feet.
So he's been with us for a little while now. He's had a few little worries we've had to work through. Hopefully now we're getting on top of all those. He'll be able to be looking for his new home. Oh, you little snugglebug.
Coming up, Bella's new coat.
Oh, pretty. What do you reckon?
And Megan's mega foster fail.
This cat has taken over my household in such a big way.
Her bum's done, her tail's done.
In the clinic, Marissa and Anna are putting the finishing touches to Bella the Ragdoll's new haircut.
Got so much loose skin that I've got to stretch it all out.
When you have a cat that's lost so much weight, there's always a lot of loose extra skin.
Almost, sweetie. Nearly done, nearly done, nearly done.
So you have to be really careful when using the clippers because you can nick skin really easily.
Oh, sweetie, we're just giving you a bit of landscaping. I'm not going to win Groomer of the Year, that's for sure. Her fur's still looking a little wild after the groom, but at least all those mats are gone and she must be feeling a bit more comfortable. All right, Possum.
Oh, she's shaking.
I know, this will make you feel really warm. Sorry, I got to undo it.
But until her coat regrows, she'll have to make do with something a little less organic.
Like that, or will that work?
And a lot less dignified.
Let's see.
Oh, pretty.
What do you reckon?
The little coat looks pretty cute, I think. It's definitely a dog coat, so a little bit too big for her, but it should definitely keep her warm until her fur grows back properly.
Thanks, Anna. Look at you. You have a little beard, sorry. It's a cute beard, isn't it? Don't bite my face. Okay.
Bella was very well behaved. She put up with all the clipping, poking, prodding, everything we needed to do with her. She's a really lovely girl and I'm sure she's feeling a lot better now.
All right, all done.
After such a traumatic journey, the best thing we can do to make up for that now is to find her a brand new forever home.
For volunteer coordinator Megan, the call to foster a one-eyed FIV-affected cat with no front teeth called Notorious was one she had to answer.
You see that big head, and it's just, oh, he's just so special. Such a special little boy. I had no choice but to take him home. That was it.
And Notorious has wasted no time in making himself at home.
This cat has taken over my household in such a big way. Notorious is lazy. Lazy to say the least, but in like the cutest way possible. Don't expect much more. If you're looking for entertainment, there's not much.
Megan soon realised that handing Notorious back for adoption wasn't an option.
When I started fostering Notorious, I mean, I kind of already knew he was special. And then when you just add the months of torturous stress that he's given me and how much I've fallen in love with him, the transition was kind of already there. I mean, I knew it and I didn't want to admit it, but I knew foster failing was in my future.
Foster failing occurs when an intended temporary lodger becomes a permanent fixture. And it's no surprise to anyone that Megan succumbed to Notorious's charms.
Where's Amanda? Huh? I don't have any more ham.
I knew that it was going to happen one day or another, and he's got one eye. Come on, who would not want to adopt him? He's bloody gorgeous. I think they're a perfect match, just as crazy as each other, and yeah, perfect match.
There's no doubt Notorious has got Megan right where he wants her.
No,
Oh my gosh, he is just the sweetest, most lovable cat. If you're on the couch and he catches you on the couch without him, he gets so angry and he just jumps at you. He loves to cuddle. He sleeps in bed with us every single night. He's just the best cat. Yeah, really good boy. I really love him.
And when it comes to his health, paws crossed, Notorious has got it licked.
Eye is fully healed at this stage. FIV obviously is an ongoing challenge, but as long as he stays indoors, stays on a proper diet, then there's really no issues with the FIV.
But apparently, he does have issues with a few other things.
He will only drink out of the tap. His bowl's just not good enough for him. Absolutely loves his food, all of the food. Doesn't matter what kind of food it is. Yeah, he'd eat any kind of food, wet. Doesn't like cat things, doesn't like cat toys, doesn't like cat boxes, doesn't like anything that is made for a cat, really. Just likes the human luxuries, really.
In Megan's eyes, her mono-eyed Moggy takes the crown.
I just think he's just royalty, really. Like, he's the prince, that's it. He's the king. There's nothing else to say about him. He's just marvelous.
Next time on The Pet Rescuers, school's in for puppies.
Remember padding when all 4 feet are on the ground? Okay.
Kylie's date with a dingo.
You're a good set of choppers.
True carnivores.
And testing time for Heidi.
We're happy to take her in. We'll be able to find her a really great home.
It's been a while since I've done this.
It's not going to work.